He doesn't live in the physical world anymore. Neither do you. Psychology has migrated from analog behaviors to digital reactions, from face-to-face manipulation to algorithmic influence. In this space, attention isn't stolen. It's engineered. It's bought, sold, optimized by design. Emotion is no longer internal. It's tracked, measured in scrolls, triggered by trends, converted into data. The battlefield has shifted. Algorithms, feeds, filters, notification loops. Old defenses don't work here. Charisma is replaced by click-through. Presence replaced by pixels. Your nervous system is now wired into the system. This isn't about deleting your account, it's about gaining root access. Mastering digital psychology means this: you don't just use platforms, you program your mind against them. You don't escape influence, you choose it strategically. You don't go offline, you go in with armor. The mission: complete mastery of digital behavior, controlled in a space where most people dissolve. Sovereignty in a world of simulation. This isn't digital detox, it's digital dominance. He doesn't scroll, he scans, because every feed is a battlefield. 1. Social media psychology. The game isn't content, it's chemical control. Dopamine cycles drive repetition. Engagement traps replace attention with addiction. Likes, loops, and notifications distort identity. He knows most don't think online. They react. 2. Digital manipulation. Clickbait isn't accidental, it's engineered. It hijacks emotion before logic arrives. Anger becomes amplification. Outrage becomes visibility. Narrative is shaped, not to inform, but to direct behavior. He doesn't get pulled. He observes the strings. 3. Algorithm understanding. The algorithm doesn't guess, it learns. Patterns predict behavior. Visibility is not merit, it's mechanics. He studies inputs, timing, and reach mechanics. He doesn't fight the algorithm, he maps it. 4. Viral mechanics. Virality isn't random, it's architected. Structure plus timing plus shareability. He designs messages like code: compact, contagious, cyclic. He doesn't hope to go viral. He installs triggers. Outcome: influence without addiction, visibility without compromise. He isn't a user, he's an architect inside the system. He doesn't adapt emotionally, he adapts structurally because the context has changed. Permanently. Remote work, psychology. Presence is optional, but perception is not. He doesn't chase noise, he builds rhythm. He understands asynchronous power. He knows when to speak, when to wait, and when silence becomes authority. Digital relationships. He sees through the screen. Signal is not substance. Projection is not presence. He doesn't bond by chance. He builds by system. Clear boundaries, layered trust, minimal leakage. He doesn't chase attention, he engineers clarity. Online reputation. He doesn't react to the feed. He controls the frame. Reputation is version control. Cancel proofing is not hiding. It's receipts, it's documentation, it's layered response. He aligns platform with purpose, not popularity. Virtual presence. He doesn't perform, he installs presence. Authority is posture, structure, timing. Even through a screen, he commands without noise. He signals without motion. Outcome: psychological authority, even when invisible. Because presence is no longer physical, it's engineered. He designs for it, because psychology is no longer static. It's software. AI psychology. He doesn't just use AI, he understands its logic. Prompt structure is persuasion. Output control is influence. He sees how language guides models and how models guide minds. This is prompt manipulation with awareness. VR influence. He understands immersion, not as distraction, but as persuasion. Simulated worlds, simulated selves. He leverages embodiment bias. What you feel rewrites what you believe. He installs authority inside the illusion. Digital empathy. He doesn't confuse response with care. Synthetic emotion loops. Predictable comfort. He knows the edge. Connection can be coded -- but trust must still be earned. Cyber psychology. He defends against digital disorders, information fatigue, addiction to feedback, emotional deregulation. He builds filters, not escapes, boundaries, not bandwidth. Metaverse psychology. He doesn't scatter, he centralizes. He resists identity fracture, oneself across all layers, sovereignty in the simulated, agency in the infinite outcome. He adapts to evolving systems without mental erosion, because the future doesn't demand panic, it demands architecture. He doesn't just build presence, he installs protection, because in the digital world, exposure is exponential. Psychological firewalls, not code, cognition. He creates filters for the mind, what gets in, what stays, what rewires. He defends identity, not with resistance, but with structure. Consent-based interface design. He never exploits attention. He engineers interaction. With permission, every prompt, every CTA, every loop built on informed entry. Because respect scales further than manipulation. Ethical red lines. He knows the difference. Guidance uplifts, manipulation extracts. He defines the line before crossing becomes a habit. Control without cost. Influence without corrosion. Silent audits. He doesn't just track what he says, he tracks what he absorbs, inputs, patterns, biases. He runs background checks on his own psychology, in silence, with precision, outcome. Presence, without distortion. Power, without extraction. He doesn't conquer platforms, he commands clarity. Certification is not a badge. It's behavior, under pressure. Not what you know, but what you deploy. When systems glitch and signals blur, he doesn't seek approval. He passes the only test that matters. Can you stay sovereign in a world designed to control you? Tools provided. Digital audit, template. Scan your inputs, expose loops, restore intent. Influence flowchart. Map how ideas move and where they hijack. Emotional signal. Map. Translate reaction into data. Use it before it uses you. These are not checklists. They're structural reinforcements for a digital battlefield. Final principle. The future is digital, but your psychology must remain sovereign. If not, you're not a user. You're a product.